when you hear this guy, you're going to say, where the fuck did he come from? You listen to his voice. He sounds kind of like Axl Rose mixed with Robert Plant, which is amazing, which is an amazing compliment. Um, Vernon Reid from Living Color is promoting him as a great musician. And I fully agree. How's it going, Derek Day? You're on the Meet Me for Coffee.
Oh man, it is going so great. And I am actually having a nice little cup of coffee right here, right now.
Yeah, it's what, 6 o'clock where you are right now and in Los Angeles. I'm in, unfortunately, at almost at the end of my day over in Toronto. But you know what? Coffee's always great. Right now, I was rocking a coffee. Now I'm having a beer just to kind of wind down after a day of work. And for my bros over in Germany, well, if you play a lot of shows in Germany, you'll be recognizing this bad boy right here, Lowenbrow.
Oh,
Play,
I know the umbrella. Yeah.
yeah, man. If you ever played Wacken before, this is the beer that they serve there, and it's freaking fantastic.
Oh, nice. Is a lager, an IPA?
It's a lager, dude.
Nice.
Um, you know, yeah, I think it's a lager. I mean, you know what? It's crazy because at Wacken they actually have a line going from the brewery to the festival uh, of Lowenbrow, which is unreal. And it is one of the best beers in the world. And we all know rock and roll and beer go well. And I was listening to an interview with David Lee Roth, and he learned earlier in his career that beer, you chug it, and whiskey, you sip it. So that's some advice for you going forward. But very happy to see you're drinking coffee. How do you take your coffee, Derek?
Um, uh, Almost black, almost. Very little sugar, if possible, honey, but maybe like a hair covered in milk, and you dip the hair in that coffee, and
Yeah.
then that's as much milk I want.
I take mine black, man, or nothing, and I don't want to offend
Yeah.
many people.
No, I agree. I mean, that's the coffee taste, right? You got to
Yeah,
have that.
exactly. There,
Oh,
there, there are places where people are complete dicks, and the owners will tell you, "Hey, you want milk in your coffee? Go somewhere else. This is how you're gonna have your coffee, black or nothing in it." Um, there's a place in Vancouver, so I don't know what it's called, but I'll figure it out. I'll tell you off the air. But you know what? It's true. It's very true. It's the real taste, dude.
that's so cool. I love
Yeah,
that's just like some gangster stuff right there. Like, get out of here.
yeah, man. So tell me, like, what kind of guitar do you play? You play Fender?
Yes, sir. I'm a Fender boy. Endorsed by them. I proudly, play their stuff. I have an amps, and yeah.
That's awesome. What kind of Fender guitar do you play? Do you play the Telecaster, the Stratocaster?
My main one is the Stratocaster. Her name is Milkshake. I don't know where she is, but anyway, I love it's just because I'm a whammy bar guy, and I love all the notes in between notes, so that's my favorite thing. But I love tellies. I also have a telly that I used to play my heavier like headbanger stuff.
Yeah, I love tallies. You know what? I've been really coming more accustomed to them and more fond of them more lately. I don't know why. I'm a bass player, so I like my jazz basses and well, obviously a P bass. I've only played a few times, but I'm not a big fan of them.
Hmm.
Jazz bass is the best. I have a Marcus Miller jazz bass. They're all my basses are made in Japan, by the way. They're all Fender, all
Yeah.
made in Japan, and they sound awesome. Um, I do believe, a great time now is to talk about an amazing legend, man. Eddie Van Halen passing away from your neck of the woods. You're in Los Angeles right now. Um, you know, that guy, he set the tone for many musicians going forward, many bass players, many singers, pianists, of course, guitarists. And he laid it all on the line, man. That guy, he innovated things. He doesn't get enough credit. I think he's the best guitar player to ever live, to be honest. What do you think?
Oh man, I talking to all my he's from Pasadena, and I was
Yeah.
born and raised pretty much Eagle Rock, so we're neighbors. And
Wicked, man.
um yeah, like pretty much like 10-minute drive, almost 15 minutes. But no, he's that guy. Like, there are two guys that like changed the world. And like one guy was like changed the guitar world. I feel like Jimi Hendrix was that guy who like flipped the guitar, like this is what it can do. Even though there was Clapton and stuff, they were still like, all right, but I could still do this. And it's just
Yeah.
bam. And then the second guy was Eddie Van Halen. He was like, oh yeah, and you can also do this. And it's hard. Everyone else in between and after, like, there's a lot of greats, but those two guys really flipped the world upside down.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if we're fortunate to see someone die as iconic, like as in our time, like Jimi Hendrix. I would say Eddie Van Halen is the Jimi Hendrix of our time. Um, I don't know
Right.
how old are you, Derek?
I'm 26.
Okay, so in our lifetime, we'll probably see Tony Iommi pass away, Jimmy Page, maybe Eric Clapton. Definitely not Keith Richards because that guy, he's got like he actually goes for like a week every month to Sweden to like do dialysis and clean his blood, man. Like, so
Well,
he'll last for a long time, dude.
yeah, he's that. We got to think of a how to treat. We got to leave a better world for Keith. You know, we can't
Yeah.
pollute the air. We need him to have a nice
Yeah,
world
we got to make sure the
breathing.
drugs are clean and have no like mutations in the chemical compound, whatever it's called, man. Because that guy, he's streamlining that stuff.
Man,
Also, a very good musician. That'd be awesome to talk to on the show, man. And I love rock and roll. And I was talking to my friend. I was on another show in the UK earlier today, and we go back and forth. And so his show's all actors and mine's all musicians and actors and entrepreneurs, man. And I'm a big fan of rock and roll. I'm a rocker. I love music. I mean, I have a Rolodex of music in my head. I call myself a musicologist, but I'm not fully qualified. Um, but like, I've been more fond of the blues lately. Um, especially just jamming, like it feels good. It feels good to get in between those notes and really focus and analyze music. Especially when you're creating a riff, like you start a riff, it's like, hey, okay, this is how I want to play it. You have in your head, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna try and lay it out. Is it hard for you to kind of translate what's in your head to what's coming out of the fretboard?
it was definitely, sometimes definitely is, but what I love to do is I love to sing all my riffs and I just
Yeah.
sing them out, and I make sure I just get it on a voice memo, and then it does take like just to get it just right to follow what my voice did. It takes maybe like at least 30 minutes, an hour to really get it right. Um, but yeah, I rarely write riffs on the guitar, which is ironic.
Yeah, riffs are. I always end up playing like heavy metal or death metal or whatever when I'm just screwing around by myself. I was tuned down to drop C. I always like that tuning. I don't know why. I play at the frequencies too, 432, 440. Sometimes I just completely screw around with things and
That's nuts. That's crazy. People who do that trip me out. I mean, in a great way, because I can't fathom doing that. That's just like, whoa.
you've got to get a certain tuner, man. Like I have the Peterson tuner. You heard of the Peterson before?
And is that the, no, I haven't. No.
See if I can find it. It's somewhere around here, but it's the most precise and dead on tuner you could ever have.
Wow.
So I played Boss. I used the Boss tuner,
Mhm.
and this tuner will tell you that you're so far off from the Boss tuner, like it's almost dead on. And you can do sweetened tunings too. So like you can make it like standard tuning, but you can sweeten that tuning to make it sound more crunchy or more melodic, or it's so cool, man. And you can play in different frequencies, and um, of course it's probably like I bought it for $350 Canadian, which is probably like $300 your money in the US. But honestly, like it's definitely worth it.
Right, right. Just, oh man, that sounds amazing. Are those the ones that like, that are on the rack? You can put it on a rack, and there's like a line that's just like, it's just like, it looks like it's uh crazy. I don't know, design. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's a Korg.
Ah,
But yeah, this was like a foot pedal. The one I have, I don't know if they have one that's a rack, but I would definitely check it out if there was one. Like I stopped playing in a band, man. Like it's so time consuming, and like you're never home on the weekends, and um your back always hurts. So
yeah, yeah. It's
so
true.
so tell me about Click on Me, man. Like the whole premise behind the song and the music video.
Absolutely. Well, the song itself is we take the internet, and um and maybe the negative effects of what it can have as a subject. But really, truly, it's about desire and longing for connection as just an individual, as a person, as a human being, or as a society. And yeah, just constant longing for connection to the point of desperation, and then utterly and ironically being completely disconnected. So the whole thing, uh, uh, that's pretty much what it is. You'll see the video. You'll see, it's just like a bunch of Instagram logos. You'll see a little bit of coronavirus there, a lot of maybe a little some Amazon things going on, flowing through there, and it's also masked with a lot of scenes from Metropolis, 1927, one of the
Wow.
first sci-fi feature length films. There's a few before that was Fritz Lang, and yeah, and so the video was made by Jeremy Ian Thomas, who's an amazing. He made it like it was like it's kind of like a 3D video. You could see the full like bodies of everyone, and it's all animation, and you see some footage of some live shows. Actually, all the footage in there is from NAMM this year.
Oh,
When I
really?
played. Yeah,
Wow,
it's like
man. Like, how was that?
the NAMM
Yeah.
show. That was awesome this year. It was amazing. Like, this is it was my fifth year maybe, and like, I got to play the Jam in the Van, and we played Click on Me in Jam in the Van. It's also on YouTube, and like, it was just really good connection wise. I got to know a lot of new companies, and or rekindle some old flames with other companies, and it was just great. It was just a great time overall.
Do you find it weird or hard to be a musician in such a saturated market like California, Los Angeles area?
Yes and no, because California, it's kind of like the place to be a
Yeah.
musician. So like, there's a billion bands out here, but it's also like you could. There's a lot of hope in this city at the same time, like, because you see these bands. There's a lot of bands that like they're not putting their all into it, and then there are bands that really are. And then as long as you're one of those, you could totally climb out of the rubble.
So what's next for you, man? Like, you have a new record coming out, or what's next for Derek Day?
I'm definitely pushing Click on Me. Also, by the way, it was produced and co-written by Vernon Reed, a guitar player from Living Color. And but yeah, and so we're just really pushing this song and trying to get some airplay and stuff. Eddie Trunk just spoke about
Yeah, I
it.
saw that. That's awesome. That was
Yeah.
great.
Oh, so mind blown. I was like, yes. He played a snippet of it. I was like, yes, finally. But really, I do these, like, I can't really play shows nowadays, but actually I keep booking shows and they keep getting canceled just because of restrictions. So but you guys actually might get first of all, you'll get a little Halloween surprise, a little video short cover by one of my favorite bands, the Misfits.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them live too, man. They're so good.
Oh, really? Damn, man. When did you see them?
Like 2, 3 years ago, man. Just like in a small club in
Oh,
Toronto.
damn. That's so cool. Yeah, they're badass. I love
Yeah.
like both singers, all the albums. But other than that, I think you'll get another single. I just been doing singles because it's kind of like a simple way to kind of keep gauging reaction and feeling, and get another single like in December, perhaps.
Wink, wink, nudge, 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 nudge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a very hard market, man, to be a musician, to be someone who's trying to push your own craft. What do people need to know about Derek Day? Like, what's his favorite food? Like, if there's a girl out there that's kind of eyeing you up on Facebook or whatever, like, what's your favorite food? Like, what's your favorite color? You know?
Those are great questions. Favorite food is the Tommy's Chili Burger. Have you ever had Tommy's?
No, man.
Oh, it's like the burger place here in LA. It's been here since like 55 or something like that. And yeah, it's just my number one favorite food. Is like every time is like the first time when you have it. It's just messy
Yeah,
chili.
I went to was it In-N-Out Burger or whatever?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I went
Hell
there
yeah.
and I was like, it was like 2 in the morning, and it was like, I don't know what the hype is behind this. You know, it's just a bunch of drunk people fighting in the restaurant at like 2 in the morning. That's all it is. I've been to LA a few times, man, and I tried making a go out there, and eventually one day I think it will happen. But my life is here in Canada. But it's such a crazy market, man. I'm a big fan of Santa Monica and like Bel Air and like up in the mountains and whatever. It's such a cool, diverse area. There's somewhere to go for everybody, and the music's amazing. The clubs are great. The girls are, you can't really match them with anybody. Like, you don't know who you're gonna run into, man. Like, there's celebrities that own restaurants that work there. There's I know Peter Dante. He was in all the Adam Sandler movies. He owns a pizza restaurant, Santa Monica. Like, he served me. And I was like, holy shit! Like,
That's crazy. That's insane.
yeah. You ever been there
Yeah.
before? It's called NCY Pizza.
NCY Pizza. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he owns that.
Oh wow, my God, I gotta go there. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man. Yeah, like, he owns it. Like, that's Adam Sandler's like best friend, man. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, it's like, what? Um, and then there's another club called the Bungalow in Santa Monica. It's like an old house, and I think Johnny Depp used to own that place. It's unreal. It's right beside the Fairmount Hotel in Santa Monica.
Oh,
And
killer.
yeah. And if you like lobster, dude, there's a place called the Lobster right on the pier in Santa Monica, dude. It's great. I love it. Had a great time in Los Angeles, and I'll definitely be back, dude. Like, there's so much to see.
Oh man, if you're back, you gotta hit me up. Just be like, yo, I'm in town. I don't know. I know some spots like in downtown LA, some cool places. Why
Yeah, man,
not?
I'll definitely hit you up. I got to hit up that Bryce Hirschberg dude. Have you ever seen that Netflix show Too Hot to Handle?
No, I started watching just a second of
Yeah,
it
yeah,
though.
yeah. He's on there, and I had him on my show. He's like, "Yo, hit me up next time you're in town." I'm like, "Oh my god, like, I better go by myself." Like,
Yeah, man.
I got a lot of people like still expecting me to come to town. Obviously I would have been there already, but the whole pandemic thing, it's super hard for, people who are in business and people who are, in every aspect of the industries that they're in, right? Like, it's just so hard to be a musician. It also probably gets pretty boring sometimes just to I'm not saying it gets boring to jam by yourself, but like, jamming by yourself can only go so far, right? And you got to put it down and then walk away for a bit, and it's really killing people, man. Although the Dodgers won the World Series, by the way, which is great.
Yep. It's been like 34 years. It's
Yeah.
been forever.
So
Yeah.
how's life in LA, man? Like COVID wise.
COVID wise, well, like you said, like I started out doing a bunch of live streams, jamming by myself. I had to put that down because I wasn't like, itching for it anymore. And but other than that, like um, you know, everything's fine, dandy, and healthy. But I'm also experimenting a lot more, being a lot more creative. I do all sorts of projects and collaborations via internet, and it's just a way to keep me sharp and busy.
That's
So
great.
it's actually been busier than ever. I'm sure other people have told you this too. It's like creatives and artistics people, whatever. We're actually drowning in work at the moment. Not necessarily paid work, but like
Yeah,
work.
yeah. It gets pretty stressful too sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, my father, he's an educator, and he's more busy now than he was when he was actually in person, in front of classes, in front of people, right? So
Yeah.
he's like, it's just the Zoom meetings, you get zoomed out completely sometimes, right? I can sit here and do like 10 interviews in a day, and
Oh,
I'm toast, right? Like, I'm
I
by
can't
the by
imagine.
the by the end, man, I don't even want to do them anymore. And luckily for you, like, I only did this one today. So like,
Oh,
I'm actually into it, like, I'm actually excited to talk to you. And
oh,
not that I wouldn't be if I did 10 in a row, that I picked up the phone or talked to you over a conference call, but it does take a toll on you, dude. Like,
I know what you mean. Absolutely. No, like I have just Zoom meetings. I have a lot of writing sessions, and yeah, it's just after a minute you're like, oh, I got like a 5:30. Okay, now I got 6:45. Like, oh my God, you don't have a moment to like even have a normal dinner or something. I don't know. It's just kind of like it is a passion, of course. It's your passion, but it's just such a weird box way to do it. It puts you in this literal box.
yeah, man, it's unfortunate, but it's also kind of convenient as well, because hey, you can finally sit at home, order a pizza, and eat it while you're on a conference call if you wanted to. But
Right.
um,
Yeah.
it's a great thing that we're talking, man. Like, there's a lot of people who have heard about you, and there are a ton of people who are going to hear about you right now. And I'm the first one here in Canada to talk about you. So when you come up here, I want to make sure that we do this again.
Yes.
And I want to make sure we have coffee, we have a few beers, we
Yeah.
have some pizza because we talked about pizza.
Yeah.
We'll do it all again. Are you planning on touring 2021 at all?
Uh, it's hard to tell. Actually, well, if everything is cool, absolutely in the summer, absolutely, and like straight to Canada, straight to England. We have like I played some shows out there. I know some venues out there, and like Sweden and like Poland. And I've never been to Canada, so I would love to go. Dying to actually. So if everything's cool, absolutely. I think you're gonna see a lot of touring.
Awesome. Derek Day, how do they find your music? Up on Spotify, all the streaming platforms? To support you, to buy any of your merch, where's your website? Where do people go?
DerekDayMusic.com, and you'll see all my information there: Venmo, Instagram, all of that stuff.
Awesome. So you have anything else to say to the fans or the new fans that you're trying to convince somebody to listen to you? How are you going to say it to them? Are you going to say it right now? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say
That's kind of I intimidated you there, right? Okay.
yeah.
The floor is yours, man. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and go.
Yeah! Check it out, everyone. It's time to party.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks a lot, dude. This has been awesome, Derek.
Yes, thank you so much, George. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
See ya.